Hello, Bay Ridge. Welcome to another edition of After Hours. This week I want to talk about the idea of being equipped by the Catechism. That may sound a little bit strange, but starting tomorrow, we're going to be having something new on our website, which is a weekly blog. Every week into the foreseeable future, it'll take at least almost 2 years, we're going to be releasing a catechism question each week. Now, the catechism is already on our website, the full thing, but we're putting it out each week as a way just for people to be able to access it and see it in a little bit more of a friendly format. And the very first blog entry that's going to come out tomorrow is going to be on the introduction to our catechism. We're not going to get to the actual questions for a couple of weeks, but we're going to look at the introduction. Really, why is a catechism important? So I wanted to take today just to briefly point out these things to us, because a catechism is not something we're real familiar with. So why is it important? Well, number one, it's actually biblical. The term catechism, which sounds a little strange to us, comes from a Greek word, catecheo, which is used, I think, 8 times in the New Testament. And one particular area, that catecheo, or to catechize, one verse that it's used in is Galatians 6:6, which tells us, whoever is being instructed in the word should share all good things with him who instructs him. And that word, to be instructed or to instruct, is actually catecheo. It's literally, if you're being catechized by somebody, you should share and support the person who's catechizing you. And so this was something that was done in the early church, because to catechize basically means to systematically teach through the faith, to teach believers the faith. So it's actually a biblical idea. Secondly, because it's a biblical idea, it's an ancient idea. This has been practiced in all ages of the church. From the various earliest days of the church, catechisms were used to teach the faith. And they were primarily used to teach the faith either to the young who had been raised up in the church so that they would understand it, or newer believers, but they're really good for all people, because, to be blunt, catechisms work. The reason they have survived from the ancient church all the way down to the present is they work. They are a great way to teach and to learn the faith. They are a question and answer format where key essential ideas are discussed and studied and memorized and learned. And it really does work, so it's worth the effort. And then the final thing is that it links us with the church across all ages. On Sunday, we were talking about contending for the faith that was once and for all delivered to the saints. There's not many faiths, and the faith did not begin with you and me. It did not start with Bay Ridge Christian Church. It did not start with the evangelical church in America, or even just the evangelical church of modern times. It is a faith that has come down through the ages, and catechism links us with the church of all ages, not just by the fact that they were using catechisms and we're using a catechism, but we have specifically designed this catechism to link back and to have reference back to great historic catechisms like the Heidelberg Catechism and the Westminster Catechism, and even paying attention to just the early teachings and doctrines of the church. One of our catechism questions actually has us memorize the Apostles' Creed, one of the earliest statements of the faith that was used in catechizing new believers, that would be used, for example, when they came down for their baptism. So it is a great way to link us with the church across all ages, because catechisms focus on the basic, core, essential doctrines of the faith. There are many things that we believe, and they all have some reason or some importance, but in the catechism, we focus on the essential things. What is the scripture really teaching us? What is the gospel? Who is God? Who are we? How are we saved? It teaches us regarding the 10 commandments, and again, the Apostles' Creed, the Lord's Prayer, these very essential parts of the Christian faith. What we believe and how God has formed us are what is at the heart of the catechism. So I want to encourage you, check out the blog each week. Every Wednesday it's going to drop. After these first 2 weeks of kind of introductory materials, we're going to be, actually for 4 weeks, I'm going to teach the catechism questions and show how they're related to the scripture. But it is a great tool for each of us to use to study and learn and embrace the faith on our own, and to be able to contend for the the true faith that was once for all delivered to the saints. I hope this is going to help equip you in your Christian life and help you to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. Have a great week, and I look forward to gathering for worship this Sunday. God bless.